check. All right. Yeah. So we just got this email here about from the Council of Korean Americans. Now the thing is that the Council of Korean Americans is actually quite noteworthy. All the big cheeses, okay, like Elaine Kim and Edward Taehan Chang, people that have been historically relevant in Korean American stuff. In fact, let's go and take a look at Council of Korean Americans right quick. Yeah. Okay. Give me a second. Oh yeah, they recently had Min Jin Lee on. I also recorded some of that, but that's on the side, right? But notice that there's also crossover between her getting an award here with Korea Society, and she was on Korea Society, and she's also recognized by Council of Korean Americans. So she's been approved. It's fine, I guess. Okay. Let's look at this organization first, and we'll see what they're focusing on. Okay, but if there's kind of like one of the, say it's a pretty good professional looking page here. I had actually went to apply to be a part of this, but I don't know if they want someone like myself. I'm actually quite shattered by the constant rejection. It is what it is. They also have some kind of tie to, oh, it's interesting, they have the EIN number here. Okay, cool. Alright. And here you can see they're in DC. They have an email here. I've actually sent them several emails. So here you can see them advertise different things: Mother's Day, K dramas, Transform Your Life, right? Yeah. And ANHPI Heritage Month. I actually emailed them about the problem with the curriculum and also the problem with the term AANHPI, but it seems like they bought into it. The Roar Story Slam, because it's back in May. I was actually emailing before then. Well, we could look over some emails, but Children's Day. Okay, the reason why I've been emailing them, because I've been trying to tell them that the new Asian American curriculum does not include LA riots, does not include Seagu, does not include these things. But they're not really responding to any of these things, right? Also, I have emailed them about other historically significant Asian American things going on, like the weaponization of Korean American community against the black community, right, to put us against each other. It's going both ways, by the way. They're also trying to weaponize black people against Asian Americans and Korean Americans especially. And, discussion on DEI versus Harvard. Okay, I would like to have been part of this one. Maybe I can actually invite them to have a discussion, right? I want to see what happened here. Did they ever post this? Will this be... Okay, so let's look at Council of Korean Americans. Let's do that real quick, okay? Do they have actually... Okay, they have a website. And do they have a Facebook? What is this? Okay, let's go to their website. And maybe they have posted the webinar. About Us initiatives, okay. We are... Their board really has a lot of power players. But power from one direction. We're going to talk about that in a second. About diversity, equity, inclusion is anti-Asian. Yeah, well, that would be nice. It'd be nice if they could include me. Diversity, inclusion, UCLA. Okay. Taekuli. Alright, so we will reach out to these people over here. This was April 13th. Is there a copy? Where can I watch this? Oh, thank God they posted, okay.
During the reauthorization of the Chinese Exclusion Act in 1902. And so I guess the bottom line that I want to make here is that there is a link between such images and representations.
Okay, I'm excited to watch. I will be watching this. Okay. But they actually, let's, just have to document every step of this because so much funny things going on. So they have this event called, what is it? For a star-studded webinar featuring special guests Jerome and Benita from Netflix Love After Divorce. Okay, that's nice. And I guess that really okay. So Love After Divorce, it seems like they're both Korean here, that's rare. And Jerry Kang from UCLA School of Law. Notice that okay. Jerry Kang, I just saw him. Okay, Jerry Kang, he was just in that other video, right? So maybe he's working more closely with them. Gloria Lee, I don't remember her name. Maybe okay. A board member will be moderating this panel discussion. I also have Daewon Chang. What is that? Dating officer at Coffee Meets Bagel? What? Okay, dating officer? What? Maybe that's a joke. I don't know. You got a okay. So we'll reach out to Jerry Kang. He seems to be more active. Right? I've been reaching out to other ones like Taehan Chang, and he has not responded at all. I've actually sent a couple emails over to Council of Korean Americans. They have never responded. So you know, I'm actually blackballed. I believe. We'll see if I'm actually prevented from participating in this particular event. It might happen. It might not. Not to disrupt, but I do actually I do have questions that are probably outside the norm, right? Well, we'll see, because sometimes they talk about those things in the videos. A lot of times I'm actually denied access, so we do have similar questions sometimes.
In this era of complete exclusion for Asians, and my personal favorite, the 1934 Tidings-McDuffie Act, in an early version of gaslighting subtitled the Philippine Independence Act, which was necessary since under U.S. colonialism at the time, Filipinos were legally considered wards, neither citizen nor alien. So in order to bring them within Asian exclusion, they had to be freed in order to be subject to all of these exclusionary laws. So that's the old stereotype. So then why does it change? When does it change? And how? And this is what we begin to see in the mid 20th century. I'm going to truncate this part, but Ellen Wu has done a really great job in her Color of Success book, Asian Americans and the Origins of the Model Minority, tracing the early roots of this discourse into the 1940s and 1950s as a byproduct of World War II geopolitical alliances and what Derek Bell would refer to as Cold War interest convergences. That there were necessary arrangements in trying to prop up a new, more positive image to reflect these alliances as well as elite actors in the State Department and U.S. Political economy to be able to portray the success of overseas Chinese and other Asians at a time when they were vying to lead the fact that they then have had this stunning success and really doubles down on the racial juxtaposition element. I'll read you a couple of quotes from the article that will give you a feel for that. From
and Sumi, just 1 minute, and then we're gonna.
Okay, it says professor of law at UC Berkeley, but then when I look at him up over here, right, it seems like for some reason it says that he's associated with Harvard University, right? Okay. Tae-Koo Lee, Department of Government, Harvard University. What is this? Yeah, well, he's at Harvard, so okay. It's a little strange. Why wouldn't he put that on his, you know what I'm saying? Like, why wouldn't, like, I'm not saying it's all bad. It's a little strange, though, right? Yeah? Maybe you're no longer there. Maybe this is just old. I mean, is Harvard not updating their stuff? I mean, maybe they don't have enough money to update their website. I don't know, okay? Alright, let's go take a look at Jerry Kang right quick. We're gonna actually be sending these people emails and inviting them to a discussion on our channel if they have time to respond. How many people are really hitting these people up to talk about these issues? Well, a lot of these professors. Yeah, I'm telling you right now that unfortunately the academic world is the most corrupt of all. Of all. Anyways, I should be out hustling, but who knows how much longer I have to live. So I'm gonna send some emails to these people, and let's try to get something going here. Yeah, legal. Let's see. Oh, that's nice. Okay, email. Okay. Watch, I'm gonna get. He's gonna get my email. Like, who the fuck is this guy? DGL7. Yo, he signed up for this thing. And definitely do not let DGL7 into the fucking room. Like, that's usually what happens. Okay. So it's gonna take me a little while to like write this email. It's gonna be, you know, it's what it is. I mean, I've sent other emails before, right? Let's see this. Oh, look at. Let's actually maybe I've even sent an email before. Look at this. Understanding chapters, unfolding chapters. Okay, Panther season. Okay, so before, right? Like they're kicking off the Panther season. They seem like they're kind of like the successful ones. Right, head coach for the Nike Hoop Summit. This is Edward Taehan Chang, Lifetime Achievement Award. I think it's Edward Taehan Chang, yeah. If it's a bald guy with kind of like a mustache going on. This, yeah, I told you, like a bald, like not bald, but balding, right? Yeah, like a little. This is a little fluffy hairline right here, right? Yeah, this is definitely Edward Taehan Chang. I've actually emailed him a bunch of times because you know what? Because he's actually the LA riots and his writing these books and stuff is actually significant. So I tried to get him to respond. He never responded. But Jerry Kang, we're gonna hit him up. We're gonna hit him up. So let's go hit this guy right here. There's other people here, so I know I sent some emails to them. Okay, I do want to see what they have to say about this. Isn't it over? You know what? They better not talk about Susan and Cuddy, because I'll be pissed. Chinese exclusion, exactly. Chinese, okay. I imagine that's what we really know about that has some bearing, like, in the way that we were understood, because a lot of people see us the same. Spontaneous movement, Korean American identity. Korean Americans and World War III. Okay. Summary. Okay. Alright, that's cool. Alright, so they have some. Okay. It seems okay. I don't really see too many Korean Americans. But, you know, like, you could be talking about this Kang guy, right? This Chang guy, right? Could be. Could be, and not happening. Okay, let's see. This was an interesting organization for me, right? Okay. Let's look at the Harvard thing. Maybe he's embarrassed. I mean, hopefully he is embarrassed because it is embarrassing. Right? They discriminate against this. Huh? Current state of the Korean American community. That was 3 years ago. Okay, I wonder what they have to say about that. In diversity, equity, inclusion. What is this? I think it's important.
Successful, but for the Korean community in 2000, we were one of 4 communities whose income was below the national median, with Latino, Blacks, and Native Americans.
Well, they don't like to fucking talk about that now, do they? Fuck them. You know what I mean? They don't like to talk about that now, do they? Fuck them.
And so when you're talking about those who are in need, Koreans actually fit into that description. And yet, in discussions around DEI, I would say Asians, and particularly Koreans, are consistently left out.
Most of you.
I agree. I fucking agree. It's pure bullshit, right? Yeah? Why y'all smiling? Like, you know what I mean? What else supposed to cry about? Alright, fuck it, let's go.
You know who Target is. Hopefully most of you are.
He's saying similar things, but, you know, I'm mad at y'all presidents and stuff, like, media executives. Y'all gotta, like, you know, where's the hunger still for that justice? We're about to find out, though. Koreans can have that in them. Let's see.
Shoppers there, so I don't need to introduce my company. I think the larger issue is the retail space that we should probably talk about. But just to give you a little bit of background on Target in case you might not know all the details, we're one of the largest employers in the country with over 300,000 employees, and we probably serve millions and millions of guests every week. We're in all 50 states.
Oh, I have to say, this is kind of interesting, right? They got a guy from Target. The guy has a high ranking at Target, and he's Korean American. He's executive VP. That's pretty fucking interesting. All right. Funny thing, you don't see no corporate people coming on my show, but that's alright, though. I mean, it is relevant. You know, he's affecting a lot of lives and shit, so, I mean, I ain't mad though, you know what I mean? But there's a certain world where some people are allowed, right? Like professors, university professors and shit, and media executives. And I'm saying they get to be part of the conversation, but they don't get to get rid of the rest of us. That's all I'm saying. Otherwise, it's cool. So far, I agree.
States, I'd be surprised if any of you are not within less than a mile of a nearest Target store, and hopefully you shop there regularly. The fact is, D&I, when you look at the demographics of what Target serves, whether it's our guests or our employees, we have an incredibly diverse population that we serve, both our employees as well as our guests. So D&I has always been a high priority issue.
Look, I'm an academic, and I think a lot about kind of what racial justice means. I think on the basic question of what equity, diversity, and inclusion is good for, I think most people think about it crudely in two sets of ways. One is kind of a self-interest story, like, hey, if my life, if my kid's life, if my community's life is not being treated seriously, or I'm shut out of opportunities, I care about diversity, equity, and inclusion because I want a piece of that American dream. And so it's kind of self-interested.
Right.
It's about getting what you are due. There's another set of issues that are much more connected with just general justice. What's the right way for all of us to live together, regardless of who we are and the accidents of birth and position.
Were to look at particular Korean community, I want to just highlight, for example, senior poverty level is one of the highest, Chicago, LA area. And so perhaps there's many of us who are wealthy, high power, but there is a significant segment of our community who are suffering. And if they are to be excluded from societal investments, then I think it hurts all of us. And so I think that we need to look at where the majority of our community, where segments are hurting.
Every community is constructed, everything is actually made up. There is, depending on what perspective we adopt, there's a massive amount of heterogeneity that we may or may not represent in any given moment. I think our politics are really across the board in different kinds of ways. I mean, some of us are first generation, second generation, third generation. Obviously, there is a great deal of variety. I think part of the conversation has to be to recognize the fact that we come from different spaces.
Okay. So it definitely seems like Jerry Kang's kind of like running this kind of conversation. So it's going to be cool to send them a little email because you know what? They got 364 subscribers. And I guarantee you they're really not getting that many emails. Right, 98 views 3 years ago. This guy's not getting a lot of emails about his show right here. So, oh, maybe he didn't read it. Maybe he didn't know. Fuck you. How about, right, yeah? The chances of that are extremely fucking low, okay? If one person shows up, they get all fucking excited. Like, I'm telling you, like that. I'm in these number ranges too. I'm actually at 1,000 subs. You know what I mean? I have a little bit, but anyway, we're gonna go both of them at Gmail. Actually, fuck your law school, right? Yeah, I'm too much of a rebel. Okay. Okay. Let's pop off this email now. Bing. All right, let's go. What's up, buddy? It's that same lady. Oh my god, I recognize her name. They don't have that many people. Okay, let's email her too. That'll be fun, right? Yeah, because I've seen her before. I'll even say it in the videos. I've been doing my homework. Bay. Bay what? Okay, anyways. What was that email again? I just seen it. That lady. You know, I could just watch it here, actually. Let me just watch it here. Okay. No, it wasn't these ones. Jerry Kang. Don Liu. Oh, he's from Target. We're going to leave him alone. She's a media person. I do want to hit the media has to say, because the media, we're highly effective in that field. The faith and community. Oh, I like this one. Yeah, the church one. Yeah, the church ones, the Korean churches are real. They are really like to do stuff all the way. There's no half-assing this shit. Anyway, let's go to, where is the, that lady? Women leaders. DEI thing.
And are different. I mean, just think about gender relations.
I was just there. Wait a minute. Current state of the Korean American community.
Coverage through the Affordable Care Act. Also, to all of
Oh my God, that Linda Lee? That's Linda Lee, City Council. Wait,
you, as we're
is that
later
Linda
on, we'll
Lee,
be
or she just
taking
looks like Linda
questions
Lee?
from the audience. Please feel free to. Lee, she's the president and CEO of the.
I told you, Linda Lee right there. I know what's going on. Okay, she will interfere. She's never interacted with me in a meaningful way.
I introduce our audience this evening. I wanted to provide a little bit of context about this project, this report that we released.
If I tell them I'm from New York, they might ask Linda
there
Lee
and
about
mobilizing
me.
the vote and making sure to contact every Korean American voter to try to get them out to vote. And
well, I'm trying to work
don't mind my DIY plastic wrap on my window to keep out the cold air.
Community that
patient unit, usually it's like a revolving door. They get discharged and they come right back in. But they noticed a decrease in those people who were coming in their doors. Oh, okay, good. Yeah, no, so that was actually one question I had was like, oh, I wonder if this was just in English or if it was in Korean and English. So I think that's good to know because I was curious to see how that would impact some of the first gen responses or if they were willing to participate, because I feel like that's one of the challenges is that our community oftentimes is very hesitant about participation, which I think impacted the census too because of the immigration question and all these other things, the threat of having that on there. And I think for me, I would love to maybe do some more digging around for sure the mental health piece of it. I gotta say, I think, when we first opened up our clinic in 2015, I remember thinking, okay, we're kind of going on gut and narrative here versus like actual data in terms of opening up this clinic. So it was a risk for us. It took me like 4 years to open it, so it's a lot of risk. But I was like, okay, let's just hope that we get 100 clients in the door the first year. But we actually had 200 clients, right? And I was shocked because, and really made me question, okay, so where were all these folks going before to get these services and get this help?
That's a good point. Yeah, I don't really speak Korean, so I really can't work with that community that much. Oh well. It is what it is.
A3PCON, if I remember that acronym correctly, that is also tracking hate crimes and hate incidents. All three of us are starting to work together to collect that data so that we have a comprehensive picture. By our various accounts, certainly, and this is just anecdotal, this is not a systematic way of tracking it, right? Because obviously, a lot of these hate crimes, hate incidents go unreported. And they don't make it to all of our websites or are not reported to law enforcement. But even that that anecdotal research that all of us have done suggests that easily within the last 3 weeks, there have been over 400 incidents of physical violence or verbal assault. 400 incidents in the last 21 days. So this is a significant thing that we're dealing with. And let me be clear, we're not just talking about racial epithets and racial slurs, which obviously for our community is bad enough. We're talking about physical violence. We're talking about people getting kicked, people getting punched, people getting physically assaulted, only for the fact that they are Asian American, and there is this misperception, misinformation that's out there about what coronavirus, what COVID-19 really is.
How about you, Greg? Are you aware of other efforts to collect data on aggression and harassment?
You ain't pinning that shit on me. I had nothing to do with that shit. Fuck out of here, man. I had nothing to do with that COVID shit. I had zero, motherfucking zero. Yo, does it look like I had anything to do with it? Fuck out of here. Elevate series. Okay, I got Qigong. Okay. Qigong's like some kind of like energy thing. Anyways, Bossy Bear. Okay, we're gonna leave that alone. Award-winning chefs. We're gonna leave that alone. Okay, Jessica Lee. Latest move. Okay, moves on Korean diplomacy.
Jessica Lee is the interim executive director of the Council of Korean Americans. I asked her about the significance of the remains being returned.
So 55 remains are being delivered from North Korea to Hawaii and eventually to mainland United States, where hopefully 55 families will get to finally honor their fallen heroes. And it's a big deal because we have not been able to deliver or have a mechanism for the two countries to resolve some of these issues that linger, almost 70 years after the Korean War, has passed. And so I think for all of us outside of the government who are watching what's happening, we're hopeful that this will lead to other humanitarian gestures between the two countries so that other families, including Korean Americans who have relatives back in North Korea who we haven't been able to get in touch with, will finally be able to do that.
Another thing that's, before we move on though, this is a minuscule amount though. You were mentioning 7,700 remains. So there's still a lot more to be sorted out.
That's exactly right. That's exactly right.
One of the things I also wanted to ask you about, because it's gotten a lot of traction, is this dismantling of this site. Talk to me about the significance of that. Does it seem as though the DPRK is taking steps to really kind of meet the demands of the ROK in the United States?
I think so, but it's tricky because I think North Korean government, as is Washington, D.C., is trying to assess whether they need to take 2 steps forward so that the United States will also meet them.
It's a little bit sad to think about how, I'm not getting really some responses here, but it is what it is. It is what it is. Am I gonna let it stop me? Hell no. Hell no. Yeah, you know why? Because they want me to quit and they want to have an easy life, Hell no. They have no easy life, you know what I mean? I want problems always, you know the saying. I want problems always. I want problems always. Exactly. Okay. What is this all about here, actually? We have staff, interesting. Take a look at the staff right here. Abraham Kemp, executive director. Okay. I thought it was, Linda Butcher. What? I thought she was a song, but she's a managing director. Okay, and there's also an executive director. Usually the executive director didn't speak, but okay. Let's see where he's from. Executive director at the Maureen and Mike Mansfield Center. What is this? Oversaw 50 staff, faculty, and affiliates. What is this? It's a little weird. What is this? Let's take a look what this is right quick. Globally minded leaders of integrity and honor. Okay. Founded by an active integrity. Interesting. Okay, so is there a Asian Korean guy there at the institute? He's the executive director there. Holy crap, okay. University of Montana, foremost U.S. Asia policy leadership development institutes in the Northwest and Northern Rockies region. Okay. So I would like, why don't these people ever talk to Yeonmi Park? It would just be interesting, right? Even if they want to, they could put out a public statement on her, like what's going on? Like, is she real? Is she fake? Like, what is this shit? You know what I mean? Philanthropy and fundraising. She excels at building meaningful relationships and driving impactful change. Okay. Well, it's rare. Usually South Asian man. Okay, there he is. Okay. I was like, it's rare for there to be South Asian woman or South Asian man. They usually have it the other way. But okay, there he is. Zero communication consultant. Okay, that's nice. A video out of 7 years of experience to create impactful stories. Okay. Is this the staff? I think this is the staff, right? Or this is the board? I think that's the board. Whoa. Pacific American Fish Company. What is BFR? Not profit in finance, private equity, and philanthropy? Morgan Capital? It's not all good, but it's not all bad, but it's definitely not all good. Including major U.S. corporation Republic of Korea. Okay, so she's a success at LimNexus, where she does business litigation. Pretty cool. Seems pretty tough. President of United Exchange Corporation. Grocery, drug, mass retail markets. Harvard Medical School. Yeah, they do like the Harvard thing, for real. Oh, and he's a scholar. And global health and social change is pretty cool. Affordable surgical care. That's kind of cool. I like that. Okay, let's see what's up. So, restaurant concepts, that's cool. Product management at Google. Another law firm here, okay. Yeah, they have some hard charges here, yeah. Interesting. All right. George Washington University Law School. Yeah, George Washington University is actually a lot of right by Virginia, right by DC. It makes sense for a DC organization. A lobbying organization is a lot like interesting. And it's interesting that Linda Lee's getting involved with them. And there's actually quite a few other legislators like Andy Kim, right? There's also Grace Lee, Julie Won, Ron Kim, right? These are also local, but it's interesting that Linda Lee's partaking with them. Linda Lee seems okay, but I think she's been ushered away from myself through her relationships with, what's her name? Grace Meng and Sandra Ung. Oh my goodness, they're always together. Sandra Ung and Linda Lee. It's quite sad and disgusting. Oh well, whatever. Alright, we should send out emails, but I'm getting a little tired.